Faced with climatic turbulence, depleting resources, and increasing pressure on land, food insecurity has appeared as a global crisis following the global economic meltdown. According to the 2004 report of the Food and Agriculture Organization on the state of food insecurity in the world, more than 814 million people in developing countries are undernourished. Of these people, 204 million live in countries of sub-Saharan Africa, including South Africa. More and more fresh produce farmers worldwide have turned to undercover farming. Its advantages are increased yield, a controlled environment, and efficient water and fertilizer use, which have been established for decades, and technologies continually improved. Recently, at the opening of the Undercover Farming Expo and Conference in Johannesburg, Thandeka Mbasa, head of the Gauteng Department of Agricultural and Rural Development, said climate-smart agriculture such as hydroponics will become more imperative if the sector wants to increase its contribution to the economy.
We grow about 600 kilograms of food per square meter. Traditional farming, less than 40. We also have very little impact on the current infrastructure and also resources. We use less than 5% of normal water associated with normal agriculture. So food security, energy, low carbon footprint, high yield, high quality food. You can only do this if you have proper control mechanisms in the system. We need to know what the EC of the fertilizer is, the relative humidity, the temperature, the pH. All of those things need to be monitored hourly in this chamber to ensure optimum growth.
Environmental green growth systems gardens are a breathtaking way of using the least amount of water in the least amount of space and getting the most out of your crop, all with no dirt. With the egg system, plants experience a faster growth rate and are far less likely to develop disease or bug infestations. To be able to produce vegetables successfully year after year, one needs to be familiar with the basics of the egg systems in terms of the plant, growing medium, water, and nutrients. Creep feeding is a means of providing extra nutrition, usually wheat, to nursing lambs. It is beneficial to flocks which have a lot of multiple births or in flocks where milk production is a limiting factor.
We take 1 kilogram of dry oats and then we convert it into 6 kilograms of wet matter. And what is nice about these things is it's a low energy feed that we give them, or a low protein feed. We give it with some pellets to build up a barrier before we give them the wet matter. And then we can keep 2,000 sheep on 5 hectares. 25 ewes must give us 2 lambs each, and that is the most efficient way that we can harvest our sheep.
Don't really too much because we trying to come here and do the and then I do the from more to learn too much. Then they could learn ourselves to take another to and then go on with carry on how to talk about.
Aquaculture is a means of cultivation of aquatic organisms such as fish, which may be tilapia or catfish. The fish will utilize the abundance of the residual root biomass derivatives of plant propagation sector.
It's actually a perfect symbiotic relationship between plants and the roots that we feed the fish. We take the fish, take the ammonia-rich water, put that through a cascade where it converts into nitrates, and then we plant, sprayed it out and use it as a mainstay of our fertilizer. We then feed the little leaves and the offcuts to the fish, and then we also give the residue biomatter, feed it to the worms, and the worms digest it and they excrete vermicast. We use the vermicast to spray it onto barley, and that increases our protein content of the food for the sheep, and that's why we have our sheep look so exquisite. We also then take the manure of the sheep and put it through a biodigester, turning that into energy that supply the electricity that operates this whole system. So the relationship between the fish, the sheep, and the worms and the plants, there's a zero waste. Everybody uses some of the other byproducts. We've enrolled with the university a program and a project. It is syllabus where we take people from the street that is uneducated, put him through the system, and there we teach him to cultivate not only the leafy veggies but also the fish and the sheep and all the associated activities in the farming, which start with hygiene, plant propagation, soil science, basic photosynthesis, basic plant morphological and the physiological properties of the plant, and they leave here with a certificate. When they leave here, they will be able to take this skills that are developed here into the community in rural areas and start something similar in their backyard, making food there.